Well, hello everybody. I've been teasing this moment for a while. I'm sure you all have probably been waiting for it, hopefully, who knows. I am going to be doing a brand new build today, and I don't know if you can see that or not, what that says, but that says a 7-inch frame. I'm going to be building a long-range 7-inch quad. This is the first long-range one I have ever built, so this will be new to me. There'll be some challenges along the way, who knows. But for this video, I'm doing something interesting too, actually. I'm not just doing a normal 7-inch build where I bought the stuff off of like GetFPV or RDQ or anything like that. I got all of this stuff, motors, ESC, flight controller, receiver, props, all that stuff, from ALIEXPRESS. And if you don't know what ALIEXPRESS is, it's basically like a Chinese website where you get things direct from distributor. Things are apparently super cheap, like this flight controller and ESC was, I want to say this was like $30, which normally these are $80 to $90. This is only the V3 version, but still, they're normally a little more expensive than that. Motors. Running 2807, 1500 kV, low kVs, because the battery that I'm going to be powering this with is a 6600 milliamp hour 120C battery. I do have to solder a new connection onto this because I run XT60. This is a EMAS, I believe it's called. Yeah. EC5 or whatever, yeah. These are for RC cars, but typically a drone uses XT60, so I'll be putting an XT60 onto this. I also have something new that I'm going to try for building my drone. Normally, like for the arms of my drone, I will put tape around the motor wires to kind of protect them and keep them on the arm. Well, I went and purchased this. This is a automotive nylon heat shrink. So this is like wire loom. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a way to keep wires in line. This is wire loom, and but this shrinks. And I have two different sizes here. This one might be a little big, we'll see, and this one might be a little small. So we'll see if I even get to use it. But depending on the arm thickness and how much additional size I have with the wires on it, hopefully I'll be able to do that. Because ideally, you're not repairing a 7-inch quad as much as you're repairing a 5-inch, because if it's long range, you're not crashing that much. Hopefully. Let's get this frame open. So this is a clone, I believe, of like the Mark IV 7-inch drone frame. Because there's no way I got this for that cheap if this is the true frame that it's pretending to be. But yeah, I was hurt to grab a knife. Oh wow, a lot of stuff here. A little standoff, little gummies, a very small, I don't know if you can see the scale of that. That is a very small battery grip pad. I'd barely even call that a battery pad. These arms sure seem short. Huh, they're longer, so. Alright, well, I'm going to get to building this with literally no directions, so I'm going to just look at the picture and put it together the best I can, so we'll probably just get to that. Okay, well that wasn't very fun, but I ended up getting it built. It's actually not a very bad frame. I mean, it's actually kind of high quality. It's kind of weird. I mean, like, I paid... God, I think it was like $8 or something for this. Which, I mean, when you think about what a normal 7-inch frame costs, I mean, it's a great price, you know? So, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it so far. So these gotta just kind of... How do these sit on there? Let's see here. Aha, just like that. Okay. That doesn't matter for right now. So now that we've got it all set up, Let's first unbox our ESC and flight controller. So, I'm gonna grab this here. Take my handy dandy screwdriver knife. Alright, oh yeah. Where's my flight controller? Did they not? It's supposed to be a stack. Yeah. I mean, it says it's a stack. Well, there goes that build.
2,000 years later.
Alright, well, we're back again after a long break. I was able to get the replacement SpeedyB stack that I needed. So this one came, and it was just the ESC, and obviously I don't need just the ESC, I need the ESC and flight controller. So I went ahead and ordered a new one. We're going to start by getting this tinned up, ready to go. I'm going to get my mushmouth today. I'm going to get my XT60 connector soldered on and my capacitor. So, important thing to know. I just got this, I just got my ESC set up for the drone. And this little wire here is what connects your ESC and flight controller so that they will talk to each other. It is very important that if you can save yourself a lot of hassle by just right off the bat connecting this and being done with it, right? A lot of the times people will mount it on their drone and they'll go, oh, you know, I need to get this, right? Because this goes to this, or no, sorry. This goes to this. I need to get this wire to now talk to this. And they're screwed because it's really hard to fit that in when it's all mounted on the drone. So then you have to either take it all off, which is undoing all your motor connections, right? Or you can just do it now, plug it in, save yourself the hassle, and then that way too, see these little pins in here? So there's some little pins in here, right? I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's just some pins in there. If you try to jam this in when it's on your drone or something like that, you have a chance of bending those pins, and oh boy, is that an issue. Does that cause a lot of troubles for you, okay? It's so much easier to just plug it in now, be done with the hassle, and call it a day. So that's what I recommend doing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just real quickly tin up all our motor pads here. And we're going to get them all just set up, right? So we'll just, boom. So we'll just get that done. See what I did there? All right, so now that we have the wires all tinned up, or sorry, the motor terminals all tinned up, we can actually just set this off to the side. We're done with that for now. So we're going to bring our frame back. We are going to go ahead and just remount this back on because we are not going to be doing the heat shrinking that I wanted to do. Unfortunately, I do not have a heat gun that can can put out enough heat. All right, there we go. We've got the motors installed. Got them all on there. Now we're going to start the task of getting this mounted on here. Unfortunately, I lost one of the press nuts that would normally be used to do like a pass-through system with your stack screws here. So normally the way it would go is your stack screws would come up through, right? Your press nut would go down on it, right? Like this. Get that on there quick. So very, very fine threads. And then once you have all four of them, obviously, then your ESC and flight controller would be able to be mounted onto it, right? Oh, sorry. Mounted onto it. Right side up. Unfortunately, I lost one of the press nuts, which means that we're in a little bit of a conundrum. But I think I have a solution for it. I think I'm going to just use one of the spare sets of hardware I have. If I can't find the press nut, I will look around for it. If I can't find it, I will just use a normal nut, you know, instead of a press nut like this, and just lock it down good. Because, I mean, it'll serve the same purpose. It'll do the same thing. But, you know, I don't know. It won't look uniform. It doesn't have to look perfect. It just has to fly. You know, function over fashion. That's what I always say. So I'm going to get this press nut seated in there, and then once I have all 4 of them, hopefully, we'll come back. See you in a bit. All right, and we're back. So we are going to very quickly get all of these motors soldered up. I'm going to start getting this thing heated up, get my soldering iron heated up. And for these motors on my 7-inch, I think I'm going to kind of do my same tactic of just taking them along the arm here and then wrapping them around, just kind of around this post here, and then, you know, tucking them in like that. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, yeah, I think it'll be just fine. I think it'll be okay. So yeah, we're just gonna do that, and yeah, send it. So for this build, for my long range build, because I've had very good luck with these in the past for as far as range, I am going to be using a Radiomaster RP3 antenna. Again, this is something I've used for multiple other builds. I've had great success with these. Never had an issue. I did have, obviously I had that failure, that crash right there, I'll put it in. That was because I neglected maintenance on it. I didn't take care of it, you know, things like that, which I run the risk of doing that intentionally because then it gives me an opportunity to build my stuff back up better, right? That's not necessarily something I would recommend you guys doing, but for me, it gets content, not necessarily the crash, but to get down, sit down at the bench like this with you guys and build something new or fix something I already have, right? Next, we have a Fox Ear Cat 3 Micro. So low latency camera, it's 1200 TVL. It is a night camera apparently. I don't know. It can go to low light, I guess. But yeah, so we'll be putting this on as well. And then for our VTX, we have a FPV Rush Racing. This is the Tank Solo, 1 watt Solo, right? So this isn't the craziest VTX that you can buy by any means, but it is a very nice VTX. I've had 1 or 2 of these, and they are very nice. Very nice aluminum construction, heat sink on the top here, right? Plug and play. I mean, very nice. I like these a lot. So that'll be getting put on. But as of right now, we are going to focus on the, let's do the receiver first. So we are going to take this. We're going to start heating up the soldering iron, of course, obviously because we are going to have to make some solder connections. All right, so this being a long-range build, it is very important that to get the maximum ability out of your antennas, basically the maximum, the most out of them, to get the most out of your antennas, you have to have them away from the carbon. Unfortunately, I don't have any 3D printed parts for this frame because, as I said, I got all this stuff from AliExpress, right? So I'm kind of screwed, right? So what I'm going to do is I have done this on some of my other builds where I run them along the arms and I just zip tie them along the arms. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. That has kept them relatively safe, right? So I basically run it underneath. So like for this one, it would run to here, and I would just zip tie it, and then I'd replace the zip ties if needed. That's kind of all I can do here. I mean, let's be honest. It's kind of my only option, you know. Boobity bobbity boobity. So unfortunately, that's what I'm gonna end up doing. It's not gonna look the prettiest. It's not gonna be the sleekest, but that's what I'm going to do. And if you don't like it, well, then that's too bad. Because it's my build. It's mine. You can build your own. And please send me the video. Send me the link. I'd love to watch it. I'd love to, you know, see what you guys build as well. But, so, to do that, I am going to actually feed this all underneath the ESC and flight controller. Alright, so it is actually underneath the flight controller and ESC, which, I mean, that's a pretty good spot for it. I'm a little worried about getting air underneath there, but let's be honest, it'll probably be just fine. I'm not expecting to really have any issues with that. I'm sure it's going to be just fine. But, so, next thing is obviously to get this all soldered up, which I'll probably just do that really quickly. Just like that. And there we go. So, now that we have that all connected, right? You see this big nest of wire here? I do that so that when I am repairing this, I can pull all my stuff away and have room to kind of disassemble it without having to disassemble it. I know that kind of looks like junk, but it works. And when you repair things as many times as I do, you're gonna want to put in some safeties like that, yeah? Okay, just trust me here, all right? So, next thing. Let's go ahead and do the camera. Why not? Let's do the camera. The VTX is going to be a bit of a hassle. We'll do the camera. So, we're going to go ahead and pop this out. Don't even care how messy it gets or how messy it looks. So we got a nice, really, really long cable there. So that'll be okay. All right. More hardware here. Set those there. And first thing I'm going to check is that my screws are long enough. Those are pretty darn short. So I think I'm going to dig into my little bag of tricks here and probably grab some longer screws here. So I'll be right back. All right, so there we go. I went into my little screw container I got there, and I just got myself some longer screws that I'd mount a little more secure. So now we're literally just going to take this, we're going to plug it in. Real simple. There we go. See, just like that. Nothing, not even hard. So now we are going to... So VSEN is a form of TX, I believe. But all you ever need for these is 5-volt ground and cam, so I think that's probably all we'll do. Or we might do the... Well, no, the CC is the camera controller or whatever, I think. So we might do that. Yeah, I think we're probably going to do that. So we'll just connect them all up and send it. Why not? What do you say, huh? I like it. Good idea. Good idea, everybody. Ground, 5-volt, cam, boom. We'll just get it just like that. There it is. So now that we have that connected, why don't we move on to the VTX, the hardest part of this build. Not because it's the hardest to install and, like, you know, not because I don't know anything about it or anything like that. It's literally just because of the location. There's a lot. See, there's a lot of stuff going on right here. There's a lot of stuff going on. It just makes it hard to work. You know, I end up using a lot of tweezers, a lot of, you know, kind of this angle, that angle type crap. And it's just kind of annoying. So I always save the worst for last. You know what I'm saying? So we are going to be, this is going to be mounted like this, actually, which is kind of weird. But, so this is going to be mounted, you know, heat sink down in the drone because your mounting holes are actually threaded right here. So these are threaded here, and I have screws that I'll put through that go into that. I'll have to grab them, but here's an example of one. So this screw goes all the way through, right, through the frame and into this part of the VTX, and then that's what, you know, that's what mounts it. So that's what we'll be tackling next. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this mounted in there, get the wires in, not soldered up, but then I'm just gonna, then I'll show you guys. Check back in and we'll do the connections. So, boom. Oh man. Well, it is done. It is not pretty or perfect, but oh boy is it done. So, I'm sorry if I kind of missed a lot of stuff, glanced over some stuff, and maybe my energy was a little low. It's like, oh god, it's 4 a.m. right now. Oh, I didn't even think it was that bad. I thought it was like 2, but no. Yeah, it's 4 a.m. right now. So, the main purpose of this build is, first of all, this is the first 7-inch I've ever done, so this is new for me entirely. It is not perfect at all. You know, I still got to add tape to these, still got to zip tie this, blah, 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 right? There's some goofy stuff going on in the antenna here. Who cares? The main purpose of this build is to see if you can buy stuff off of AliExpress, Alibaba, Temu, any of those Chinese websites that are, you know, pretty, you know, and get something that's quality and will actually fly. So, I have some big old batteries that I'm going to throw on this thing, and I'm going to fly with them. And I will be posting a video of that very soon. I will be doing first of all, I'd be doing a time test. So I'll see how long it can stay in the air uninterrupted before the voltage gets too low that I have to land. Second, I will be doing a distance test. Not like anything extremely long range where I'm like really pushing the limits, but I'm going to be doing something where I'm hopefully comfortable with it. That'll be once it warms up though, where I can actually stand outside to get maximum range. But yeah, I hope you all will stick around for that. I'm also going to be doing some tests with different props. I have a whole bunch of different kinds. I got a couple more. I got a bag down here. You know, I got all kinds of crap. But yeah, I will, you know, have more in-depth videos about this. But the main purpose of this for right now was to see, can I buy a drone off of AliExpress and put it together? And besides the flight controller hiccup, which they compensated me for, yeah, it worked. It actually worked out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So let's hope it flies. Thank you guys for watching so much. Have a great night. I'm gonna go pass out. And thank you all for watching my videos. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.